Hey, Chris, aka Dirta Blondo Lorian here. I made something. I made a zine, specifically a Star Wars toy photography zine. I've always, wanted to make a zine or some physical representation other than prints of my toy photography, but I always, didn't know quite what theme or how to group the photos together for a zine. If that makes sense. But then looking through some old photos of mine from 2023, I noticed that a large portion of my Star Wars toy photography from that time coincided with what was also a very rough patch in my life. Specifically, I think it was like spring and summer of that year. The industry I'm in was going through some very tumultuous times. There were a lot of layoffs, things like that. The company I was working for went through a seismic shift in its work culture for the worse. I was very stressed out. I was just going through it. I was going through it in the fields, as the kids say. But one of my escapes, of course, was toy photography, specifically shooting these Star Wars figures when I would take one with me when I would walk my dog in the park, or just go for a walk myself. I'd bring a figure with me. If I saw a cool spot, I'd whip the figure out, put it there, take a shot with my iPhone. Most of these are iPhone shots, and so I said, oh, that would be a good thing for my first toy photography design. So I put the design together in Adobe InDesign, which was fun to learn. It's the first time I'd used that. Basically picked out what I thought were the best photos from that period. Wrote some text copy for the design here, and then used a place called Mixem.com to print out a few copies. They arrived a little bit ago, and I now have it in my hand, and it's really cool to see the physical representation of those photos that I made and took so long ago, and kind of grouped together, capturing what I was feeling at that time. And now the next step is to actually distribute them. I have about 10 copies, but I haven't done anything with them besides look at them myself. I think I'll there are coffee shops nearby that let people leave pamphlets of their work, stuff like that. So maybe I'll just put them there for people to pick up and peruse. But that'll be the next step, getting vulnerable, putting myself out there, and I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching.